Hey there guys, Michael here. Welcome to day 12 of Simple Trade Profit System. Um, the training portion of this is starting to wind down. I may come across, some things, even as I learn some things in the future that we can go over. I do want to do one maybe about MACD, one about trading view and some things that I learned in there as well. But some of these indicators, there's so many different ways you can use them. You can use the MACD, 100 different ways. I usually only use it for one thing, just to really gauge momentum and to look for divergence. So when I do a training video about an indicator, it's kind of tricky because I don't know if I need to do it about how all the ways are that you can use the indicator or just how I use it. So, I could do a video about MACD, about how I use it. Drew may use it a different way, and he could do a video about how he uses it. So I think I'll just stick to the ways that I use it. So, you may watch another video and learn another way that you can use it as well, which is fine. I'll just share the way I do it. So since we're getting towards the end of the training portion, a lot of the videos in the future are going to be just current analysis, just kind of update videos about what I'm seeing, or maybe I'm in a trade, or I placed a trade the day prior and why I did, or, why we called certain things that we did. So I'm just going to go over Bitcoin right now, and the trade we did 2 days ago, and then the one I just did on Cody as well. So this is my current Bitcoin chart. Let's go to the daily. Let's start at the daily. So you can see I ran a Fibonacci from this high to this low. Remember Bitcoin loving that 618. So a bearish analysis of this could be, for those that think that we're going to make another low, could be, a retrace after we retrace to 618, we could possibly go down. That is one scenario to keep an eye on. So as we get closer to 8K, I'm going to be looking to see, is it going to fizzle out there? Are we going to go down? Or is it just going to totally invalidate this retracement and just continue doing, what we've been watching it do? But it is something to keep your eye on. So 2 days ago, we placed a couple of trades, and I'll show you why. So it was before we broke up here. It was in this area. We had this ascending triangle, and I had bought around 6,900, I believe. I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were up around 7K. I should have set a trailing stop. I was half asleep. I just closed it for like 6% profits. But this is the pattern that we've seen. We've seen another one right here, this ascending triangle. Aside from this, if we go to the 4 hour, then it would probably look even better. So here's an example of one. Just because we had this little breakout of it does not invalidate that this is still an ascending triangle. We had one here, broke to the upside, and then we had, let me get this up higher. So I had bought around 7,100, somewhere around in here, because I thought we were making a bullish pennant. We did make a small bullish pennant, broke up, and then came back down before going up. We came back down because of this bearish divergence on the 1 hour. Bitcoin wanted to go up, but it respected this bearish divergence on the 1 hour. So we can see price made a higher high, but the RSI made a lower low, or a lower high. So price came up from 71.80 down to, the low 7Ks before continuing higher. So it respected this divergence before moving up. And I did not see this at the time because it's around midnight for me. I was off. I wasn't looking at anything. And then now I'm currently in another long position for, a couple reasons. I look at this and I look at this area right here. I see price move up. Right here, we kind of cooled off for a minute to let our oscillators reset. What I mean by reset is get away from the overbought territory. Get them to start coming down a little bit. We can see the RSI started to come down. It wasn't overbought. And I think that we may be doing the same thing here. So we came up And now we're starting to cool off, go sideways, let the stochastic come down on the 1 hour, and we're not even in an overbought territory on the 4 hour as well. And we are kind of forming what could either be, I've kind of drawn it 2 different ways. We've kind of broken out. I guess I can delete this one now because it's not even a pennant. So now it looks like an ascending triangle again on the 30 minute. This pattern on the 30 minute might not yield a huge jump, but you know, I'm going to get in it anyways. So I am in a long right now from 75.60 right here at this green line. As it came, I bought in somewhere around here. So I bought more down here, I bought more down here, and now it's currently in profit, you know, 0.76%. So this one, you can kind of see that ascending triangle a little bit better. So that's why I'm in that. I think we kind of have a couple things here. You can see that the heart line of this channel coincides with about 7,500 as support. So far it's respected this 7,500 and the heart line of this channel as support. We have about another hour and a half before the daily candle closes. I would like to see it come up, you know, and get to the 618 Fibonacci level before maybe, you know, coming down and actually correcting. I don't think it's going to correct yet. I feel like we're going to continue moving higher. I mean, what time frame am I on? On the 4 hour, we're still have, you know, our MACD shows that we still have bullish momentum. You know, it hasn't started to turn down yet. Yeah, so I'm waiting to get us to break out of this ascending triangle. I would like to see another retest of 7,800 or move up to 8K, which would be the top of this, towards the top of this channel and the 618 fib. So because we're moving sideways, that allows us to jump in some of these altcoins, which I did. This is where I bought in at, but I've already closed it now. I bought in because Bitcoin was going sideways, and we formed what looked like a little bear flag here, like this. So I jumped in it and I closed right around 20.022. So had a little bit of profit. I closed it because, you know, we kind of reached the top of this, which is, you know, resistance, some resistance over here. So if Bitcoin breaks up, you know, it's going to send this up even higher. But because Bitcoin is going sideways, it may disrespect this resistance right now. OGN, I don't remember where I bought in yesterday. I'm in it right now again. But I mean, I think anywhere along the bottom of this trend line is a good entry. We're still hovering around it, and it didn't really pump much when Bitcoin did today. So I think there's still a lot of upside here. But on the 15 minute, the reason why I jumped in it was because the Ichima indicator, we came down and bounced off this, and I kind of got in a little late, but we came down and bounced off this 55 EMA, went up, came back down, and now you can see we came down this long wick down to the 222 EMA on the 15 minute. This long wick. Should have added some more to it. This happened, I'm on the 5 minutes, so it happened like 15 minutes ago. I didn't even see it happening. So I'm in OGN right now. If Bitcoin pumps up, then we're going to see OGN pump up as well. All of them really will. To, you know, some of them do more than others, but you're not going to see an altcoin dump when Bitcoin pumps. And I do expect Bitcoin to rise up a little bit farther, at least, you know, back up to maybe retest this 7,800, hopefully 8,000, that 618 fib, and then we may see a correction. But I'm not going to short the correction. Until we've really flipped bearish, I'm using the corrections as times to get into more longs. So yeah, I'm currently in one now. If we dip down, I will keep adding to this as long as we stay above 7,400. If we break below 7,400, I will then take the loss and close it. But as long as we stay, because you can kind of see my little range I have drawn here, 74.50 area, up to the top of this. If we stay kind of in this range, if we start breaking down here, and you can see that the 55 EMA is coming up around the 7,400 as well. It's around the top of this little cloud. Let's see what the cloud's really not up here with the other time frames. So I want to stay in this range. If we break below this kind of area right here, which should be support, because we've now made a higher high, continuing the uptrend. If we break below this area, then that may, indicate that we're going to go back down a little bit. So as long as we stay above 7,400, I will keep adding to this long position, to this buy position. So that's what I have for you guys today. Just wanted to share what my current Bitcoin thoughts were and why we placed a couple trades over the past couple of days. So I'll talk to you guys later.